Aloha mai kako. This is Oracle of the Golden Spiral. Today we're going to be doing a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to be using the Vice Versa Tarot, so the way I use this tarot is a little different. If you watch any of my other videos, I go ahead and turn the cards around so that they face you. But with this deck, I tried that back in July before I started recording to see if I could make that work, and it just wasn't working out. So you may get a little preview of the rescue kitty here. Also keep in mind that with this deck, I usually do this reading for a personal, for a personal reading. And so when I do this as a general reading for, it seems like a wider audience, it tends to have the ability to come out a little bit more, a little harsher. So be prepared for that if you stay. And we'll get into it. Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. What are the general messages for Cancer? Cancer. General messages for Cancer, please. Okay. Cancer. Okay, Cancer, it looks like you want to move forward toward something. It seems as if you are, it's like you have this internal, I want to use the word pride, but that like in a very warm, comfortable sense, not in a look at me sense, right? There's this very warm and comfortable sense about you because you are heading towards something that I don't know what your end goal is, but I can tell you that you're kind of moving forward, balancing everything that needs to happen. I'm not, generally it's like with the Chariot, it's kind of like trusting the universe and using like your darker half and your lighter half to kind of propel yourself forward and being able to balance that out so that the movement forward is smooth. But the sense that I'm getting with this really is, and that's what this would lend to as well, but the sense I'm getting off of this right now is specifically in juggling things that are happening in your life, like tangible timelines, tangible things, timelines, things of that nature. I think it's really up in, the sense I'm getting is that it's really up in the air as to how it's going to turn out, but you're moving forward with the anticipation of, accomplishing total emotional fulfillment, but you're not sure. It could very well end up where it's not as fruitful as you imagined, but you're trying not to think about that, and you're trying to be balanced in your approach to this. There's a lot of wand energy here. It must be something that you're passionate about. Something created this spark, and you're moving forward with whatever this is. Like I said, whatever the end goal is, there's a real passion and sort of very innocent, emotional approach. It's like both of those things. For whatever reason, you are actually in a really good position, and moving quickly. Like, it's as if you internally know that the time is now to go ahead and to progress forward. You're kind of keeping how much this means to you, or not or. Are we back at and or? I'm just kidding. You're kind of keeping how much this means to you and how much excitement you have about it to yourself. But it's like we're moving, we're in a good position, and we're in a good position, but it's like we're gonna kick into that next gear when the time is right. It's like you're trusting, what the feeling I'm getting, it's hard to explain, sorry guys, and gals, and they. It's hard to explain, but it's like you're trusting the movement, right? Like, it's like when you're on a horse and you can feel it. I've only ridden a horse twice in my life, but you can feel that movement. It's like that steady movement forward, and it's like you can feel the minute it's going to adjust and change, and you're trusting that you're going to sense that, and that you'll know when the time is right to have whatever conversation you're going to have, or you know, make this, like, kick it into one gear up, whatever that means for you, Cancer. But there's like this confidence in what's been happening, what's been occurring, and the energy that you've been in and moving through up until this point. I want to say this is lately as well. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's expanding on what I got. Okay, so it's as if you've been able, like, you may have been in a place that was kind of dreary and gloomy. Like in this card, there's all the rain coming down, but we're actually looking at it from this vantage point, right? We're looking at this that's happened. We're looking at it from the opposite direction. There's still hurt there, which is why we may have like a little bit of a barrier up as we're moving forward, but we definitely have something that we have learned and know and is helping us to move through this. There's a very confident nature about this. It may have started from, you know, defending and putting up barriers around this, but it's almost as if it's time to deal with that, and we've reached, you know, the maximum of this. The weariness that it's given us, it's like we're searching for something else here. You see all these pages? This is brand new energy. So it's almost as if we're no longer taking this time to we've reached the destination as far as we can go with it from how we're concerned, and we've already put this down because we're moving forward with this energy. If you haven't yet, you will, because it's about to go from this energy to this energy into moving forward. There's some piece of information that you want, which is, like I said, you're looking and waiting for that perfect moment to kick this chariot into a higher gear and to move forward. And you know what, with these energies, once you see that happen, you are going to, essentially know that the wheel has shifted and that you're going to be moving forward in the manner that you wanted to. I don't really want to concentrate on this too much, but I do want to know about this. Okay. So for a while when we were sitting in this, see how there's so many swords here? This is the King of Swords. So while we were in that energy and the lightning was here too, you could tell that at some point we needed to move out of that energy, but we weren't sure when. At some point, I think that we realized it was time to put the heaviness of it all down, that we had accomplished what we needed to, whether that was healing or, there's some sense of personal, yeah, like this is like we still have a moment to go, but this is like there's some sort of personal finish line or finality for you. Maybe that came with the clarity, or maybe at the finish line that's when the clarity came. But you're waiting for he's out here looking towards this moment, right? Clarity, internally knowing where we may have been stuck in our thoughts. It's like we've gotten some type of clarity on what something means to you, and you can see this it's almost like you can see this happening in advance. You can see it coming, and so you started to move towards that experience. How to explain this? Maybe since the last moon cycle, but like you started to move toward, or maybe since just this full moon, you started to move forward towards this event, and you internally know that you're looking for a sign to kick it into higher gear. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's additive. So that the wheel, let's see. King of Pentacles has come out a lot in these readings this time around. Yeah, the sense I'm getting is so that you can move forward into a space. It's almost as if there was a little bit of like emotional lack prior, a little bit of I'm getting also like a lack of time or resources or money, because that's actually where we're focused on getting, is to resources and stability. It keeps coming to me, that good life. Oh, sorry. When that happens to me, I just always have to giggle. But there's another sign that this came up for. I'm not sure which one it was, like either. It was like the Wheel and the Magician both came up. And in that, I was getting this sense of like it being like a what is it called? Kind of like their SOS signal, but this is not for you. That's not how it's reading for you today. how it's reading for you is to jumpstart this. Once we jumpstart into that higher gear, we're anticipating that that's when the wheel is going to start moving in our favor. It's almost as if Cancers can be very intuitive. It's almost as if you are intuiting or have an intuitive sense that this timing is all going to take place. I will say that all the pages are here except for the Page of Pentacles, which is like a gift, but it's almost as if all of these pages and this timing create that gift. So it's essentially like the Page of Pentacles is here. Yeah, from this today, I'm getting a real intuitive sense that it's almost like, I said it in Aquarius reading and my sister was totally teasing me. But like, it's almost as if this is like a AED, like jump start back to it in some type of situation that's going to bring you fulfillment. If in this story you are still here and stuck in the thoughts of it all, and those thoughts are weighing you down, you are going to be, I don't know, maybe something in the stars, maybe something that someone says to you, like a real quick communication that gets this chariot rolling. I'm bringing this energy across and down this way. But if it's not resonating for you now, they keep bringing me back to this, waiting for this key moment. If it's not resonating now and we're still kind of here and we're not quite moving forward, or if we're moving forward and we are not, you haven't quite gotten this clarity and can see this moment of, and you're not anticipating a moment to kick it into high gear, I'm being drawn to tell it to you again because it may not resonate right at this moment, but when you recognize that that anticipation, like you know it's coming, that you reflect back to this message. Okay, Cancer, that is what I have for you. I think that, the wheel soon will be moving in your favor. It's all about this, when we move forward with that balance, it's kind of like being in a state of flow. It's like we're almost ready to pop back in to that stream, right? That energy stream. And I definitely think you'll get there. It's right here. Thank you for your time and sharing your energy with me. Cancer, I'm wishing you all the best. I had something come up, and so I don't think I'm going to do the live this afternoon, well, early evening for Hawaii, late for the East Coast mainland US. But I will try to get back here by 4 p.m., but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Family duties call. So it kind of relieves me from a little bit of pressure there. But at the same time, it might be more pressure because I might get back like just in time. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much again. And as always, Cancer, mahalo.